Batista with the catch! Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life!
Hand down, man down.
Yeah, I can see how disrespectful he's being right now.
No, I went to Temecula and brought you some dirt.
Yeah, that's a technical.
Mama, there goes that man.
We did it. After 10 long years, the Indiana Pacers have finally won a playoff series. But don't worry, folks. I'm not going to make it all about me. Welcome to the bounce. Welcome back to the bounce. First time I've said that wrong. The Pacers don't win a lot, okay? James is here. Welcome, James. Welcome, Keebler. We're going to start with James. We're going to hang out with Keebler while we have him. He's got some pretty important business. James, how are you doing, sir?
Fantastic, Kev. Not as good as you, or not as good as Keebler's about to be in about 2 to 3 hours.
I'm only going to be awake for about half the game before I have to go to bed for work. So
when it's a close game, you're going to be like, I can't go to sleep, man. I got to.
Yeah, no, it's going to be like 75, 73, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry, it's not 3 minutes. It's not 3 minutes.
Keebs, it's all right. It happens.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't been on in a while.
Exactly. Like, we can't expect you to know the rules anymore. You're a working class man now.
Oh yeah.
Plus, it's a holiday. It's hard to be formal on a holiday like today, where we're potentially watching both of our favorite teams advance. So while we do have you here, Keebler, what are your thoughts going in Knicks Sixers tonight? Are your boys going to get it done? Is it going to be comfortable enough for you to exit out by halftime like you need to, or are you going to be up all night and cranky in the morning because it's a close one?
Well, for starters, I have to wake up at 5:45, so I'm hoping that I'm going to stay up for a good reason, not a bad reason. But with that being said, I'm not entirely confident in tonight. We should have closed out Game 5 at home.
Yeah, it cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, it cost me $200. Yeah. But with that being said, we're in Philly for Game 6. For some reason, they decided to add Scott Foster to the officiating crew. So that's not too fun. The NBA would definitely benefit from a Game 7 in MSG. That's undoubted.
Send for the man.
So all the signs are pointing to the 76ers winning tonight, at least in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But who scored the first basket? Fuck, it was Brunson. I had DiVincenzo. Okay. Anyway, off to a 2-0 lead. That's good. But it really just comes down to making our shots, which we've had a hard time doing this entire series. When it comes to free throws, when it comes to regular shots, there just seems to be a lid on the basket for some stretches, and it gets really frustrating to watch. But I'm going to take Knicks tonight. If we win by an exact score of 107-95, then my coworker owes me a bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. So let's hope for that.
Big time. Rooting for that.
And then if the Knicks win the series, my other coworker, who's a 76ers fan, has to wear an Patrick Ewing Georgetown jersey that he owns to work. So hoping
take it.
Hoping for that. But if the Knicks
throw a shoey in next round.
Yeah, if the Knicks lose the series, however, I have to buy a player of someone's choice on the 76ers and wear it into work when it comes in.
Seems a little more expensive for you, Keeler.
I was actually looking. Tyrese Maxey jerseys without the Nike logo are only $50 on NBAstore.com. So
it's still not too bad.
Oh, that's not bad. Do you get to pick?
No. I told them, I was like, you get to choose. At first, I said Tobias Harris, but then I was like, you know what? I'll let you choose the player just to make it that much more exciting.
Maxie's gonna hear this and say, Tobias Harris over me?
Let's go.
Me.
7-2, 9-2 run, baby. Let's go.
Oh, we will talk about some Jimmy Butler later, folks, by the way. Fire away in the comment section if you have any questions for us, but we're going to keep it Knicks-centric while we have Keebler here, and I think I interrupted you there. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, like, this is exactly what the Knicks have been doing this is what they haven't been doing all series that they've had to do, which is not start the game down 10-0. So we're up 9-2, which is a good sign. I have our first quarter money line. I have race to 20, and first quarter plus 1.5. So I have a little bit on it. As long as Jose Altuve did what I needed him to do, and he didn't. Midget.
Oh, that's what you get for betting on an Astro.
Yeah,
That's just karma.
but that being said, Knicks in 6. I'm taking us tonight. Not just because we're at an 11-2 run, but I also need to troll Justin Herbert in case he's watching. So
That's what I'm nervous for, man. If the Sixers go down in 6, it's gonna be a rough couple of weeks over here on the bounce.
It will be, yeah.
I don't think so. I think he'll acknowledge that the Knicks are just the better team. Hopefully.
Yep, I bet. It'll be interesting which one of us he sides with in the next round, though, because if things go your way, Keebler, we're going to be looking at that Pacers-Knicks matchup, Obi Toppin revenge series. I don't know if you saw his game tonight.
I think I did predict. By the way, I just want to throw that out there.
Wish.
Yeah, I'm high-fiving you through the
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was huge. So while we're still here, James, do you agree or disagree with Keebler's take on the Knicks game tonight?
I think he's right that the NBA is going to win a game 7, but before this score, I just looked at the score, Keebler. I was on board with the Knicks winning anyway, and now I see they're up 14-4. I'm like, yeah, I think the Knicks are going to win it. Don't worry, Keebler. DiVincenzo didn't score the first point, but he's got 6 already for you.
Yeah, 2 of 2 from 3. He's a dog. He's been playing like ass the entire series, but like,
I mean, they should have won last game, but Maxey, the Hail Mary from half court.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson just decides. He traveled on the play. The last 2-minute report.
When's the last time the NBA is called a travel and ever? That's correct.
And it was like, oh yeah, he traveled. What are we gonna do with that information? The game is over.
It's over. It doesn't matter. It's worthless.
I hope that they get rid of the last 2-minute report because it's absolute bull.
Here's an idea. Just call travels. It's not rocket science. Like, oh wow, he traveled. That's crazy. Call it.
Yeah, that too. And then Mitchell Robinson lightly bumps him and foul. Like, shut up.
People don't agree with me on this one, but just open up. You've got 360 degrees of camera angles in the last 2 minutes, especially of a playoff game. You should never get any call wrong ever. Just review it. Just look at it. Run some ads while you do it. Tell me the NBA is really going to be like, well, people will complain about it, but we're not going to stop watching a playoff series as if the NBA final 2 minutes of an NBA game aren't 30 minutes already in real time. Exactly. Like it's not like what's the matter if it gets a little slower? What are we doing? Just get it right. And then I'm with you, Keith. Nothing worse than just getting that acknowledgement of like, oh, cool. You did get it wrong. So are you going to reverse the scoreboard then? Do we get that win from last night? No. Okay. Well, thanks for making today bad too. But yesterday was bad enough when you guys got it wrong, but now you had to come on Twitter and rub my nose in it.
Throw some salt on those wounds.
Yeah, you guys lost. Also, we suck at our job.
Yeah. It's like, get out of here. I will say, however, how much of a hypocrite I'm about to be. I love all the Twitter accounts that keep track of umpire scores and how bad ball and strike calls are in the majors. I think we need more of those accounts.
Those are awesome. Just seeing Angel Hernandez's like 76% accuracy rate is fantastic.
It's so bad, dude. Just unbelievable. I don't have the score handy next to me, so I'm going to rely on you two real quick. Are the Knicks still comfy? Still double-digit lead over there?
14-4.
Yeah, that's what I'm showing. Yeah.
And if Josh Hart has a triple-double, I turn my $5 into $130.
Ooh, that's a nice get.
I saw him plus 2,500, and I was like, "There's always a shot." Like,
You could. The Bucks Pacers game was pretty wild tonight because McConnell and Toppin combined. I don't know if they finished. At one point, they had at least 41 points, as opposed the Bucks' entire bench had 6 points. So it was just one of those. You mentioned DiVincenzo getting off to a nice start. This was definitely a game for the Pacers where a lot of those younger, or not in McConnell's case younger, but a lot of the bench pieces, rotation guys really stepped up. I was hyped watching Andrew Nembhard cut through that zone and just get to the rim at will. And Naismith played pretty well. It reminds me, James, it wasn't that long ago I was naming these exact names, and there were people in the chat making fun of me, saying Kevin just named the an all-time sixth man's list of NCAA players and pretended it was an NBA roster. Well, look at us now, man. You doubted Andrew Nembhard. You doubted Naismith. You called him a piece of string and a paper clip. Where's Malcolm Brogdon today? What's he up to? Yeah, that's all they got in return was Naismith. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox, but I'm very excited for those young guys stepping up. And if things are going to go well for the Knicks tonight, I imagine it's going to be could be something similar where they just have a good shooting night and they pull away late. But I don't think that's going to happen because you guys already mentioned it. They sent for the man. The series extender is in the building, and I'm not going to say anything any more directly than that because I don't want to get any trouble here. All right. But I don't think the Knicks are going to get a very friendly whistle tonight. I think they win this series, but I think it's going to be a real close game tonight. I'll say the Sixers win just to be contrarian. I actually do think the Knicks might pull it out, but it's not going to be easy. Embiid's going to shoot 25 free throws tonight. Maybe 30.
I mean, Take's not looking too hot right now.
Give it time, man. Give it time.
All I know is Tyrese Maxey's a little fucking jackrabbit that doesn't run out of energy, and it really pisses me off.
Yeah, dude.
And even when he's hurt, he's just running around the court like, dude, you're hurt. Go sit on the bench. Please. Please. And he's like, nope, I'm going to smile in your face and hit threes.
Oh, man.
Also, I wish I could show you guys my new haircut because I look like Isaiah Hartenstein now.
Oh, you look like a dog.
Here, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. 1 second. I'm gonna leave and jump back in.
Sounds good, brother. We will be here. James, do you want to talk Pacers Bucks for a little bit before we get Keebler back, and then we can check back in on the Knicks and the Sixers?
Yeah, let's talk your stupid Pacers. I guess let's get it out of the way. First off, Kev, congratulations. You're going to the second round since the first time since Paul George, right? That's correct.
Yeah, young Paul George, David West, Roy Hibbert.
when they played LeBron in the conference finals and lost, right? I think we're talking about.
In those hideous jerseys, like the worst jerseys of all time.
Jerseys? Oh yeah,
they weren't. They were the ones after the pinstripe.
After?
Oh, whoops, my bad. I think he went to Adams here.
There's that Isaiah Hartenstein haircut. Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's
hell
sharp.
yeah. Fucking beautiful.
Mine's like inverted because I have no hair up here and then a bunch on the sides.
This is what they call an egg.
That's just nature.
Yeah, at work, I changed my profile picture on the thing that we communicate with to Isaiah Hartenstein, and people were like, "That kind of looks like you." I was like,
"No shit, that's why I did it." But
it is
obvious.
It is. I'm just trying to be humble. I'm actually in the NBA.
Yeah, I'm grabbing rebounds as we speak right now. So.
Yeah, 17-7 right now.
Yeah,
oh, but I'm probably gonna bounce on out of here just so I can catch this game. But love you, boys. Knicks in 6. Fuck the Sixers. Catch me here. And Have a good rest of your night. And
Later, brother. Go
And
Knicks.
if
I'm
you guys are
in.
in the Discord, you'll get my reaction of the game. later.
Yes. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for coming to hang out with us for a little bit. Good luck to
Of
you.
course.
I know the next week might be a little bitter between us, but
It's all
much
love always.
for now.
All love always.
I know. Same, man. Take care. Good luck. Good. I was thinking about giving him a go NY on his way out, but now that he's gone, I don't have to say
You don't
it.
have to. You don't have to fake
So,
it, man. It's
yeah,
cool. Like,
so that's good,
That's
'cause I was-
you're gonna have to play them here soon. Like that's.
I
Fake.
didn't want to have to.
Don't puke in your mouth there, bud.
But like, it's all love. Woo! It's a bittersweet victory for me as a Pacers fan because
So yeah, let's get this out of the way. Like they won. Congrats.
you got it.
They
Yeah,
they did
thank
it. They did.
got
They did
it.
the thing.
A lot of hard work.
There
for the
is no
boys.
asterisk next to it. That doesn't exist in sports.
Yeah,
However,
it's a tough one. Mm-hmm.
however, I will say we both predicted this. We called
Yep.
this. I got a little nervous after they blew game 4. And not
Yeah.
just blew, got their fucking ass beat by Chris Middleton.
It was rough. I'll be honest, game 1, it was a little easier to stomach that one just because it's a really young team, a lot of first time playoff experience. You maybe expect the deer in the headlights, so to speak. But yeah, when it happened again later in the series, you're thinking, which Pacers fans, I mean, that was the meme of the day, seeing that, the Pacers against a shorthanded Bucks team, and now in a game they're supposed to win. We're all like, oh no.
It's over. Yeah, you talk about it all year, how they lost games they were not supposed to lose to.
They've been losing all the games they're supposed to win all year, unless they're against the Atlanta Hawks. And so you got real nervous. But yeah, of course, it's bittersweet because of the lack of Giannis, and really just this team is not deep at all. It's so odd how the Bucks went
top heavy.
Yeah, they just completely flipped in the matter of 2 years. They went from having one of the deepest rosters in the league to, like you said, very top heavy. Gallinari logged 4 minutes. Let's see, Pat Connaughton 16 minutes, 3 points. And then Beasley had 2 points in 23 minutes. Just nothing doing for the Bucks bench. And what's unfortunate for them is I don't know how much flexibility they have to get better next year. So maybe it was for the best for them long term that Giannis wasn't able to come back, because this was I don't think this is a championship team even with Giannis this year, but at least he doesn't risk getting injured further for next year.
He was trying to come back.
And he was trying to come back. If they extend a series, another hard-fought series, and he ends up playing
comes back in
that
game
one.
7 and severely hurts himself. I get that.
Yeah, I don't think they had much to play for after this, but
it's tough, man. They went all in with Lillard. In the second year in a row, Giannis misses the playoffs.
I wonder if Doc Rivers will get fired because Giannis couldn't play in the first round. Time is a flat circle, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are. Here we are again.
They just weren't the 1 seed this time. That's the only difference.
Yeah, they lost to probably a worse team. I mean, a team with a better record, but I would say that Miami team.
He went to the finals last year.
Yeah, they went to the finals. That's a better team. It's definitely a better coached team.
Yeah, easily.
So, Doc Rivers just got out coached by Rick Carlisle. Not really. That's not really what happened. But in theory, it wasn't necessarily true that Budenholzer got out coached by Spoelstra. He had some extraneous circumstances going on. He had some outside.
Things going on that,
And I refuse to let that topic die. And we're at it again now.
Been on that train for a while.
And this feels like no time better to bring that up than right now, as the Bucks are once again losing in the first round, and of course, it's just really unfortunate that Giannis was out.
It's just unfortunate. That's let's not take anything away from the Pacers, but it's just fucking unfortunate because Lillard missed a game. Actually won the game he missed, but Lillard wasn't healthy. No
that was
Giannis.
too
Completely
easy.
different team. That was the 2 seed. Like, God damn it. I hate injuries. I hate them.
I really do. This takes me back to my teenage days, and I'd turn those sumbitches off for my 2K frame. I'm not playing with it. No, I don't want that. I want you
I
at your
don't want my
best.
guy hurt. No, hell no. I didn't buy this. The time it was probably a $50 game. Now they're 70 plus. I didn't buy a $50 game just to watch my guys get hurt. Like, get the F out of here, man. No.
And taking it back to the game here before we move off from this matchup, the Pacers offense just finally kind of looked like itself in this one. And I wonder if towards the end of the second half, if the Bucks just kind of mentally checked out, because the Pacers had a 8 to 11 point lead for most of the game. I mean, they ended the first period with a 9-point lead. They added to it before that. They won every period. So it was something that they kind of had the Bucks out at arm's length the entire game and just kept them right there. But it was a much better shooting performance that we've seen. Siakam down the stretch just felt like he couldn't miss. They were making great decisions. Well, the thing I really liked was their offense in the final 6 minutes of the game. They were very patient. They used up a lot of the shot clock, and that sounds very mundane and boring, but it's a good sign of maturity, in my opinion. They had a lot of young players out there not forcing shots, like the one I talked about earlier with Nembhard. The Bucks at one point switched to his zone because they were getting killed on the glass, and so they run a couple of pick and rolls, and then Nembhard gets it down to about 5 or 6 seconds left in the shot clock and just decides that I'm going to try to get to the rim for a layup. Somehow gets around everybody and actually makes it. But that was secondary at that point because they had about a 14-point lead.
Yeah,
and there was 5, and it was just a great possession to not a younger team would just jack up one of those corner threes, and that's essentially the gamble that the defense wants you to take. You might burn them if you're hitting, but like they want you to throw up that quick shot so they can get a rebound, get out on the break. So good to see. I will be cautiously optimistic going into the second round for the Pacers. And as far as the Bucks are concerned, I'm wondering if a couple of trades aren't going to be in their future. It is now 28-9, by the way. What's up, Lee? Welcome. Good to see you. What up? And 4 minutes remaining in the first. Yeah, the Knicks are running away with this one. Now, I might be wrong. I might have been dead wrong on my take for tonight's game. That would be very disappointing, James. Let's pivot back to the Knicks and the Sixers.
Go all the way. Yeah, you get it all the way to game 6 in Philly and then just get fucking smoked. That would be unfortunate.
Wow, man.
What's going on?
And I can't imagine there won't be some sort of run from Philly. I'm pulling up the box score now so I can take
Brunson's
a look.
Got 10.
Neither team's gone
9
deep at all into the bench.
Joel Embiid has all the points for Philly. They're 3 of 11 from the field. The Knicks are 10 of 18. There's your problem.
Everybody else,
Knicks have 5 offensive rebounds. Yep.
And I hate to do it. Why is Kyle Lowry starting over Buddy Hield? I feel like such a hypocrite as a
Buddy Hield is not even like played. It's fucking one of the weirdest things.
He had a couple of good games. I'm sure. I mean, I know he's been inconsistent, but man, I just can't understand how Kyle Lowry is bringing more to you than the potential of a good Buddy Hield shooting night. And he's got enough of a resume, in my opinion, James, that it's like he didn't just get the yips. This isn't Chuck Knobloch here, and all of a sudden Buddy Hield forgot how to shoot a basketball. His percentages might be down. He might not be quite what he was, but Kyle Lowry has about as much mobility in his knees as I do. What's he even doing out there? He's a backup point guard at best. And
I don't know. Maybe Nick Nurse isn't the coach we thought he was. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I tend to agree.
when I saw that Buddy Hield was playing like nothing, no minutes, I was like, what is going on? Like,
Yeah,
what is happening?
it's not again. It's not like he
Let's-
got
I'm
world
pulling up
beaters
his-
out there.
Yeah, I want to pull up his playoff stats. So he was averaging 12 a game for the Pacers. He averaged 17 a game last year. Regular season averaged 12.2 for him. It's about the same from 3, 39% essentially. In the postseason, he's played in 3 games, 9.7 minutes a game, 0.7 points, it's nothing. He hasn't made a 3. He's only taken 3 is my guess.
It's
That's the number or
wild to
something.
me.
Like, what is going on? He just
I
doesn't
don't get
exist
it.
now. Like, what? He was your big trade acquisition at the midway point. What are we doing?
And from what it appeared, he liked being in Indiana, but even then, once he started to not get the playing time that he wanted, gets a little frustrated. I don't know. It's really weird that you traded for a guy who was disgruntled because he wasn't getting playing time, and then you're just not going to play him. And I don't believe Buddy Hield to be a locker room cancer of any kind. Like I said, everybody wants to play. That's nothing new. You don't get to be a pro by not thinking you deserve to be out there. Even the 15th man on that roster, everybody except for Giannis's brother thinks they should be out there starting. I think Thanasis knows why he's there.
I don't think so. I don't think Thanasis knows.
You're probably right. But I don't think Nick Nurse is a good coach. I agree with you.
I like Nick Nurse, but man.
And I want to touch on that for just a second, because remember, part of the reason that the Bucks are in this ridiculous situation they're in is because the team allegedly the players heard that Nick Nurse was the favorite, and they were so against that they started to endorse Griffin. And what he last 31 games or something, and then they get Doc Rivers. So those players didn't want Nick Nurse, and I don't think it's a stretch to have it at least in the realm of possibility that Kawhi Leonard was just that good of a player. Let's not forget, if it weren't for a million bounces on a shot from the corner, they don't even get there. And Joel Embiid is celebrating, and so they got there on a lot of luck. Ran into
healthy Kawhi though at the time. The healthy Kawhi in his prime was really good.
Well, didn't Durant?
Was that the Durant and Klay Thompson year when Durant and Klay both got hurt?
Yeah, you got Boogie Cousins was the Warriors' third option in that final.
Yeah, I think so.
So I do, again, I don't want to try to paint it as if I think Nick Nurse is trash, but I think that was a really good situation. I think for a while I wondered, why can't this former champion get a job in the NBA? And now maybe I kind of get it. Kenny's here. Let's go. Yes.
Yeah, there he is. I knew. I was like, this sumbitch is going to show up.
Of course, we're going to keep celebrating the Pacers' victory. That is right. And right now, it looks like we're getting a preview. It looks like it's going to be the Knicks, Kenny. So let me know how you feel about that. I love the rivalry.
Good news for the Knicks is that somebody else scored. Okay, so that's good news. The bad news is they're down 17.
Oh my God.
33 to 16 right now.
Oh, it was Maxey for the Sixers, who his plus, he's only got a
Nicholas Batum has 5 points off the bench right now. So
-22 is Maxey's plus minus right now. I love it. Bucks need to get younger, get rid of Portis and other. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for Lopez probably to move on as well. I don't remember what that contract is, but I agree with you.
2-year deal. I think it's a 2-year deal.
Bucks need to get younger pretty quickly, and they need some depth. And I think the only way you do that, it can't all be selling Lopez. I think Bobby Portis is one of those guys that you can move in a deal and hopefully get either some youth and some depth. I don't know exactly what the market's going to draw for Bobby Portis. He didn't necessarily have the greatest series, at least optically.
Good game, Bob, at 20 tonight.
With all of his front runner talk. and perhaps Pat Beverly's been a negative influence on him, but I still think he draws a decent return in the trade market, but I don't know. And I'm too busy celebrating the Pacers victory in my head. Kenneth is cool with the Knicks. We will live with Brunson playing ISO ball. Well, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to live with that. I guess luckily in that matchup, Brunson will be kept busy all series as well. He's gonna have to play defense, so he's gonna be breathing heavy.
I saw some about Pat Bev. I did not see it. I heard he got in an altercation with fans. I did not see what it was though.
Wow.
I did not see it.
That's I hate that. I hope Pacers fans didn't do something bad. I'm almost always on the player's side with these things, and with the certain exceptions like Ron Artest, But
So
yeah,
we
I did
gotta
not.
watch. Kenny says we gotta watch. Let's look this up and let's see if we can find it.
36-22 while he pulls that up. The Knicks, 14 seconds left in the first period. We've got a couple of other game sixes tomorrow night. We've got Dallas and the Clippers. And the least talked about series, and probably one of the most underappreciated, but one that James and I at least have a lot of respect for, the Cavs and Magic.
Yes.
Game 6 square off. I believe the Magic are, of course, the favorites because they're at home. James, I will get your thoughts on those two games after we watch this clip.
Let's see.
Good God, what have we done?
Just the wrong clip. Oh, Pat Bev's. Oh, there he is. Okay, so Pat Bev's standing there. Okay.
Oh, I didn't see him. I haven't seen him do anything yet. Okay.
What is he doing?
Why did that fan have the ball go? Who threw the ball first?
Yeah, so let's go back and start this over. Why does he have the ball?
Because at one point that fan gets the ball and
oh shit! Pat Bev throws it and hits a fan right there.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay, I didn't
see if we can get this stopped.
I think the fan throws it back. So I think Pat Bev
He hits
okay. I see it right now.
He hits a different fan. Yeah, he hit the girl. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, okay, you got to watch it. Yeah, so he throws it hits the girl first.
And I think the dude throws it back, and then he throws it again.
Yeah, so right there, boom. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What's he doing?
I have to assume
they throw
they've
it
been
back,
heckling
and then the
him.
muscle head. Yeah, then he throws it back.
He just whips it. Man. And now everybody's got a problem. For what it looks like to me, that fan who has one of the best Pacers hoodies I've ever seen. I'm gonna have to find that. Good God! It looked like he was just it looked like he was just tossing it back to Pat Bev. I didn't.
The guy tosses it back for sure. Like he's not the second guy. He should not get thrown. Like, are they throwing him out?
I have to imagine
this ball
they
and hits
said
this girl.
Heinous things. Despite
look at the way that girl responds, though. Like the way I'm gonna try to pause this. Look at that. Like they aren't fucking paying. Those girls aren't paying attention.
I tend to lean with Kenneth on this. I imagine he was probably trying to hit one of those two dudes, because here's how I imagine this went down. These two guys
and he gets
probably
it back.
paid
so
a
he
lot
throws
of
it back,
money.
and then he throws it right at him.
He just whips it right back at him. Yeah. These guys paid a lot of money for these tickets, or they were with a group that anyway, there's some entitled, probably drunk fans sitting back there, probably been talking shit to the Bucks all night, probably saying a lot of, probably using the word front runner a lot. You got a lot of ammo. That there has been animosity between these two teams from the beginning of the season, all and throughout the in-season tournament. The Pacers eliminated Milwaukee, or beat Milwaukee in that as well. Remember when they took the whole ball gate thing? Remember the game ball?
Yes.
These two
Yeah.
teams do not like each other
Mhm.
this year, and their fan bases do not like each other either. When stuff like this happens, I just have to imagine that the fans were being pretty belligerent verbally towards the players, because although I think Pat Bev is kind of a moron sometimes, I
Can't
don't
do
think
that
he
kind
would
of shit though. Like you
throw that
can't.
unprovoked. Oh, I agree 100%. I agree. I'm not saying he
Like,
should have done it. I mean,
just
I
can't do it.
disavow.
Period. You cannot do that. Like he's gonna get fined, and he should. Don't fucking do that shit, man. And they probably were, but I'll tell you what, though, the fucking two girls over there didn't deserve to get popped in the head. They didn't do shit.
Is
And
that
even the
a
guy,
suspension?
like he throws it back. Like I don't know the details, like, but this first one, like, yeah, he probably was looking at him. He just throws it back to him, throws it right back, and Pat Bev throws it. Like that should be a mega fine.
Yeah, it
Like,
seemed
what are you
like
doing?
the guy was maybe confused at first too. Like maybe he
Yeah,
thought the ball just wound up there and he
yeah.
just kind of tosses it back. It doesn't look like he threw that towards Pat with intent at like, oh, I'm gonna get you back.
I also
Looked like
don't
it was
like
like,
that
oh, hey, here's
immediately.
your
Like
basketball.
the security guys go after this big ass dude. Like he did nothing. Like that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, agreement there. Yeah, and of
Like
course
it looks like they're making him leave.
they're kicking him out. Yeah, well, yeah,
It's bullshit, man.
there's almost nothing that you could say that would warrant that reaction, but there isn't, but it's not 100%, right? Like there's probably one or two things that I cannot imagine a fan of my beloved Indiana Pacers would have ever said to any of those players, but and
It's
you
also
still would,
Pat Bev. Like you don't get
but
the benefit
yeah,
of that from Pat
it's
Bev.
also Pat Bev. So I'm assuming it was something, but yeah, no, not deserved. I think this guy's going to get suspended for this, right? You would have to.
Absolutely should. Yeah. Mhm.
He's going to miss some games next year. Oh God, and he's just going to be unbearable because we can't suspend him from his dipshit podcast. That's one thing we can't do.
Oh yeah, that's what we should be suspending him
Oh my
from.
God, yeah, someone should just take away his
Yep.
internet.
It wouldn't make any.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, like
So
that's what we should.
Pat Bev, interesting. I can't imagine. He might just be done now that I think about it. Right, his value
Yeah,
continues to
yeah,
diminish. He's more trouble than he's worth at a certain point. You're going to keep doing this for a guy who scores 4 points a game,
yeah. He's not.
has
What
about
he
as
had.
many turnovers as he has as
Yeah,
assists, and he's a
he had
point
six.
guard.
He had 6 points tonight.
Woo!
5 assists,
Dude.
0 turnovers. He was only 3 of 11 from the field. Kev, it's fine. He was great.
This dude is PJ Tucker's younger brother, smaller
Yeah,
brother. He's got
he's so
no
overrated.
offensive game whatsoever. And the older he gets, the less valuable that
Yeah, that's right,
defense is.
Kenny.
And now, yeah, he's actually, he's
Real
closer
love.
to Draymond probably, where he's just complete. I'm gonna go the Dennis Rodman route and just try to get under your skin all game.
He's 35 and he's only 3 times in his career averaged over 12 or over 10 points a game. And the last time he did it was in 2017, 2018. Actually, that doesn't even count. That was 11 games. That doesn't count because then he got hurt and missed most of that season. So it was actually the last time he did over 50 games was in 2014, 2015 for the Rockets.
I hope Tyrese Halliburton or somebody jumped up on the scorers table and threw their jersey in the crowd the way Pat Bev did when the Wolves won that play-in game. Remember that? When he celebrated like they won the NBA Finals after not getting eliminated in the play-in. Oh, he's such a goober, dude.
Yeah, McConnell had 22. McConnell had 20 tonight there, Kenny.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. McConnell
7
and
9.
Obi Toppin combined
9 assists,
41 points.
41
Obi
points,
Toppin is
11
ready.
assists, 10 rebounds between the two.
Yeah, they did it all. And just in time. Obi Toppin's going to be champing at the bit, getting ready to rub it in Thibodeau's face. Although this thing is,
it's getting closer.
It's getting closer.
12. It's 12 now.
It'll creep.
That's because Nicholas Batum's come in and he's turned the 76ers team on fire. He's got 10 points on 4 shots. He's our leading scorer right now.
The crafty Frenchman coming in. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
John-
tied
John-
with Brunson.
Yeah, John is wrong. They don't need a maxi pad. They need Batum.
Yeah, dude, just need more Nick Batum. Noted. Ooh, Buddy Hield is in the game. Already has 2 rebounds.
Whoa, they played
Let's
him.
go, buddy.
Fuck.
Get
2 minutes.
it.
Get him out. He's about to go over his average for the series. Get him
Yeah,
out.
quick. He's got a
plus-
positive plus
he's
minus.
plus-
Get him out of
he's
here.
+2. Get this sumbitch out the game.
Maxey got a 30-second break. Get him back in.
Going. Get.
But yeah, Kyle Lowry. Talk about somebody who should be out of the league next year.
Yeah,
Respect for what you've done. Tip of the cap. Much love.
No offense to him. He's had a hell of a
Night-night.
career, but at
Yeah.
times, it happens to the best of us,
He should be there. I think I'd rather see Melton play. There's 2 guards on that roster. Hell,
Kenny,
I'd play
not
Campaign. I'd play
ready guy.
Campaign over Lowry, which it looks like they have started to do because Campaign has 8 minutes now of playing time. But Jesus, what are you Philly? They just maybe need a whole new front office. I don't know. I don't like their decision making. Ken says Pacers getting rid of Buddy was a season changer. Got rid of our worst defender. Well, maybe that's the answer right there, James. As we've been asking, with Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo to a much lesser degree, maybe it's Buddy's defensive liability that has him not playing as much. If we're looking for a reason, but I'm looking at this starting lineup thinking they need more offense. So I would be thinking Buddy Hield could get a few minutes here. But yeah, I miss him a little bit, Kenneth. I don't disagree. I think it was the right move to move on.
Kenny hates him.
There was so much talent at that guard position, on the wings for the Pacers. Now,
He's unplayable.
When his defense is so bad, right? Yeah. When Mathurin went down, I was like, man, see, this is why I didn't want to get rid of him, just because you had an extra rotation piece in case somebody got hurt. But yeah, the defense, Kenny's not wrong. And as soon as he mentioned it, it kind of, the light bulb went off in my head where I was like, well, that's probably exactly why he's not playing. Actually, it's just because he's a matador. He's a hell of a shooter, but he has the footwork of James past ACL.
Whoa, Kenny. Jesus Christ. That was uncalled for.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier tomorrow night's games. We have 2 more game 6s on the schedule. 7 p.m. Cleveland and Orlando. Last I saw, the Magic were 3.5-point favorites.
They're at home. They don't lose at home.
Exactly. Dallas are 7.5-point favorites against the Clippers. Dealer's choice, James. Which of those 2 games do you want to talk about first?
Let's go Cavs Magic. It's the first game of the night. Let's just play it. Let's go with that. Magic at home, just an unstoppable juggernaut.
Yeah, unbelievable.
What did they lose game 5 by? What was the final
1
score?
104-103.
Man. Yeah, it was.
That close, man. That close.
Can't. They win at home, but can't win. This series is every game has been the home team wins, and I am not backing down from that right now.
No, absolutely. I agree with you. I think it's going to 7. I think the Cavs barely win. See game 5 for my game 7 prediction. I think for being the series that's been talked about the least, this is the best round 1 matchup that we've had. And at least it will get everyone's attention when it's the only game 7 left. And I think that's how it's going to shake out too. So
yes, I agree with that.
Display. Hopefully people watch it instead of just taking it as a day off from the playoffs. But these 2 squads deserve their shine, I think. I think it's going to be a great game.
I agree.
The question I have for you is, are the Cavs going to even be able to make it a game? Game 3, 121-180. Game 4, 112-89.
I don't know.
Magic
Orlando's defense is so good, and then they get at home. They just get – it's like they leave Captain America at home. So he can only play at home.
Yeah, it's amazing how dominant they've been at home. So, yeah, I tend to think tomorrow's game, 3.5, I think, is light for that spread, if I'm being honest with you. They won a game by
Mhm.
38 points, and then the next one by 33 points, and they're only 3.5
Yeah.
point favorites. That's wild to me.
Yeah, I think Keeb would call that a lock. I think that's what Keebler says.
So we are in tune there. Let me check out the same info for the 9:30 game Friday night. Seems that the NBA world are writing off the Clippers. It seems collectively Clippers are done. They're washed is what I'm seeing. It's time for Luka and Kyrie to move on. Do you, James, agree with that assessment? And do you think it'll be over in game 6?
Yes, correct.
Yes,
Can you
to
shut up?
both.
You're talking game 7 with Luka. Let's not forget how good he was too. Was it 2 years ago? They missed the playoffs last year. Luka in the playoffs is a monster,
and Kyrie.
and Kyrie is proven he can do it
Like,
when they
at
won
least
with
in
the
those final
Cavs.
moments,
Yeah, the Clippers. Kawhi is not playing. It's in Dallas. Give me the Mavericks tomorrow.
I am with you. 72% of ESPN's analytics are with you as well. I like what Kenneth has to say here. He says he also thinks Mavs ISO ball won't work next round. I tend to agree with that. That's actually that's something that we've been saying, James, as well. I think throughout the season when it comes to Keebler's the big Mavs guy. We're both more they're a little too ISO heavy, at least for my taste. And while also being top heavy, you've got those two guys are going to be able to win you a couple games, maybe even a couple series. But as far as winning the whole thing, I don't think so. I could see the Mavs winning in the second round. I don't see them winning a conference championship with this roster. I know, like James has said, game 7, Luka, Kyrie is going to have a couple games where he wins them for you. But I think this series is in hand. Game 6, it'll be done. As you said, Kawhi is out. I don't like their odds. Wolves in 5. Ooh, that's right.
Their coach had patellar surgery yesterday because he got ran into by his own player. It was a practice today, though. It ruptured his patellar tendon. Did you see this, Kev?
I did not. That's wild. That way to set
when
the
he
tone.
He got bumped by or he got ran into by Mike Conley and tore his patellar tendon. You have to have surgery on tendons quick. You can't wait on them. And he had a surgery yesterday and was at practice today. Like, that's insane.
That's wild,
motherfucker.
dude.
Like, I had ACL surgery and I was dead for a week. Like, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
Professional
dude.
coaches they're different monsters entirely.
Way to go there. And you know what? Since we're talking Wolves, since we're talking the Nuggets, and if it was always them, should we talk about that? We've got bite-sized Vikes in the chat. I know we're not technically there yet.
I mean,
but
it's going to start before the next show, so it probably should be discussed because it is Saturday.
That's right. How you
Timberwolves
feeling?
Nuggets Saturday, game 1, Western semifinals. Nuggets 4.5-point favorites. Kev, will you pull up the button, please?
Oh, yes, I will.
Let's let John know how I feel about this.
Doubt. I just got to find it. Where the hell? There's a bunch of, I forgot there's a bunch of NFL stuff in here. Oh my God. There we go.
John, I'm sorry, bud, but it was always the Nuggets. It always has been the Nuggets, and it will always be the Nuggets. Nuggets in 6.
Ooh, wow.
Anthony Edwards is stellar. He is a superstar, and Nikola Jokic is the best player in the league.
Whoo. Wolves or Nuggets?
It just is.
It's
I'm
a tough
sorry,
one.
John. It just is, bud. I'm sorry.
I think this one's going to go to 7. I believe last year, Bruce Brown said the Wolves were their toughest out in the playoffs.
Yep, he did. He's not there no more. So how's he?
He's not. Yeah, so he's not there. But I don't think that's been as big of a loss to the Nuggets as I maybe originally did when he first signed in the offseason. I mean, hell, I don't see him as a loss from the Pacers, Kenny. You miss Bruce Brown? Sometimes I forget he was ever on the team. And sometimes I think he was only ever on the team so that they could trade him for Siakam or something like that. I think it was always a contract that they were thinking about moving. But the Wolves, I think, are a better team than they were last year. Obviously, that's an easy point. But I have a hard time picking against the known quantity. So in this case, I'm leaning Nuggets in 7. I think it's going to go a full 7. And then when it does, you've got one of the best players in the world, and then you've got Murray to finish things off as well.
Yep.
So
They are those two dudes, they're just monster playoffs. Like I saw a stat, they're the only 2 players ever to average like 6 points more per game in the playoffs than the regular season.
just waiting for it. Yeah. Waiting for the real games to start. Someone said it will be the most ethical basketball of the year.
Yep.
Oh, Sixers.
Yeah,
on
it's
the heater.
it's a 5-point game now. Lee is right. It's a 5-point game.
Ooh, oh, I feel bad for Keebler.
Good news
I
is
knew he wanted to get that sleep.
on Bet 365, if they're up 20, it's a cash. They win. They were up 20. Don't matter. They don't need to win anymore because they already cashed it out.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go, bite-sized bikes. Can we take the wrench away? Can we only give him the wrench for Han shot first and not the NBA game? Like he's going to start blocking any anti-Wolves comments. He's going to start blocking in the chat. I can see that coming.
Watch the throne. Oh, I love that. Ken says
Yeah,
James
Kenny knows.
cashing bets in his sleep. Love it. Oh, that's phenomenal, man. This one's tightening up. Let's see.
5-point game. Batum and Embiid carrying them right now. But he healed 6 points. That's why you play him, Kenny.
Hey, let's go.
2 threes, efficiency, 2 assists plus 9. Like, get out of here, Kenny. Your hate for Buddy Hield is unwarranted.
You just gotta have it. Who can they have him guard? Who can they have a matchup with?
Probably me or you.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Anobi,
just like,
Hartenstein,
oh, no.
Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, none of the above.
It's
He might
tough.
be able to guard the Wolves head coach right now, Chris Finch.
Yeah, with his busted fresh out of surgery, he can guard him. He's just waiting.
Tibbs is still trying to figure out how he can get Amari Stoudemire on the court one last 40-minute run.
No kidding, dude. Yeah,
Kev liked that reference.
I love that.
That was for Kev.
I love that. Oh, well, it's, the one downside to our playoff shows is that there's not always going to run as long because there's not as much stuff to talk about. But there have been a couple of things outside of the playoffs I wanted to touch on quickly, get your thoughts. And this first one being, James, Jimmy Butler, the rumors are, wants a 2-year max deal from the Heat. Do you think he'll get it? Do you think it's worth it for the Heat for them to give it to him?
I want to look up how old he is real quick.
Absolutely.
My initial thought is yes.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I would think so. It seems like he's found it's so
34, average 20 again. They showed how bad they were without him in the playoffs. 2 years isn't much. And you see these guys like KD and then LeBron playing late into their careers. I think he's gonna have something to prove next year after he got hurt and they fell out of the playoff. Like they just fell apart. I absolutely think he's worth.
Yeah, there is something about a Jimmy Butler with something to prove that has
don't count a Jimmy Butler to something to prove. He averaged 20 points on 50, 40, 86 splits, like 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Yeah, he's still got it. I'm willing to give it to him because if he leaves, they are junk.
Yeah, they don't have a ton to work with.
They just don't have much.
They'll still have Pablo Escobar, but not as many of those guys. And
they just don't have any super young guys.
I guess have Bam, but that's
Bam,
very inconsistent. And I would say they're probably going to sign. I think it's worth it. And the one thing that just kind of caught me off guard is but it's right. You said, Jimmy Butler is the Heat. And it's so funny for a player who's moved around so much and played for so many different teams. It really does feel like this is the place that fits him, that fits his mentality. And I don't think it works as well for Jimmy or whatever that other team even is. It won't work as well as it works in Miami. Miami is the right place for him. If the price is right, as Lee mentions here, Pat Riley is not crazy. If Pat Riley does not think that's an overpay, I'm not one to argue with him.
I agree. He knows.
Pay it.
It just seems like Jimmy
keep
is
this
the
going
Heat
for 2 more
culture.
years.
Like, you think he is, and I think 2 years isn't terrible,
And I think theoretically, maybe you're paying that second year. What you're really paying for bringing Jimmy back is maybe one more shot at a title. And
Yeah.
it's probably
Can
this
you get
upcoming
another
year.
piece around him? Yeah.
And then you'll deal with next year, the following year after. You're going to take this one at a time, I think. But I think you're just giving him the 2 years as a way. I think at least that would be my mentality. If I'm Pat Riley, I'm paying him for the 2 years, knowing that I may not be getting 2 years. It's tough to say with the number of injuries that he's had and the level of intensity that he plays and the minutes that he's played. You just wonder, like, when is the production gonna hit a cliff? And I don't think it would be next year, but 2 more years. What if he gets hurt again? I don't know. So I wouldn't be confident that you're gonna get 2 more years of prime Jimmy Butler, but I'd take the chance on 1 more year. I don't know who else the Heat could bring in to spend. If they have other people they might want to spend that money on, okay. But the Heat culture is very unique, in my opinion, and he's a perfect fit for it. So I would pay. I would pay. Oh, Ken brings up a great point. Let's get some WNBA talk in here. Fever winning the ship. I do have to acknowledge it because finally I will get to see a banner up in those rafters real soon. It's just I can't say I never thought. Yeah, right. I can't say I never thought it would be the Fever before the Pacers. Now it's starting to sink in how much of a reality that is. But hey, we're gonna get one. We're gonna at least we'll have something. I'll be there. I'll be at the parade, without a doubt. Did you see? Speaking of Caitlin Clark, not sure what your opinions are of Doug Gottlieb, but you probably know who he is. Former college basketball player, done some Fox Sports stuff before. I think he's worked for ESPN at one point before. He's worked with, I think, all the big companies. In that regard. He posted a video, or at least I think it was just a still shot, actually, of Caitlin shooting in warmups, and he essentially said what she's done with the inefficiencies in her form is amazing. And then I don't, maybe this was just engagement bait, but he essentially said, if you were the shooting coach, would you work with her to fix this? And I did like the Spider-Man laugh. Like, are you serious? Sort of. Like, we're talking about the all-time highest scoring shooter.
And we're worried about her shooting form.
And you're worried about her shooting form now that she's the number 1 pick overall. Like, that just felt so dumb, and like it was just engagement farming to me.
It's proven you don't have to have perfect form. Like, ask Sean Marion how his NBA career went. Dude shot from the hip.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as it's consistent, it's consistent in repetition all the time, it doesn't matter. You're also, again, you're talking about a girl that pulls up from the logo and buries it consistently. Like,
so
we're gonna question her form, like.
And in Indiana, of all places, so she's got her elbow kind of kicks out a little wide, which, I grew up idolizing Reggie Miller. So as a young kid, I shot that wonky ass Reggie Miller shot on purpose because I wanted to shoot like my favorite. Then I get to middle school and I start going to basketball camps, and somebody teaches me to keep my elbow in, and it felt a lot better to make shots than it did to look like Reggie Miller shooting. So I did make those mechanical improvements. But again, she's playing in the same city that at one point was home to the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, whose elbow was out here every time he shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a dumb take.
Yes.
And for somebody who played the sport to have it just irritates me to no end when you see these guys. They already have lots of access. They already have money. And then they're just going to resort to this. tactic to try to get engagement online. But hey, welcome to the big leagues, Caitlin. I'm excited for all of the WNBA. Honestly, it's going to be a lot more eyes on that this year.
I think they
And
sold out season tickets. Like they're gonna make a bunch of
hell
money.
yeah.
Yeah, Lee's right there. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't
it's
fix
not
it.
broke.
What
Let's
are
not
we
worry about
doing?
fixing it. Yeah.
But hey, I'm sure that $40 check from Twitter this month will be well worth it. But get that engagement, bub. Anywho, I believe that is it as far as the. Oh no, I had one more for you, James. I
One
have
more
one
thing.
more outside of the
Okay.
playoffs, and then we'll check in. This is perfect because Knicks and Sixers are headed towards halftime. Right around the time we'll wrap up, everybody can go enjoy the second half. But I saw a rumor about 30-40 minutes before we went live
Okay.
on Twitter that says Ty Lue and JJ Redick are the leading candidates for the Lakers head coaching job for next year. Now, is it 100%? Has Darvin Ham officially been
He is
fired? I think
not
we all
officially been
know.
fired, but I think it's happening tomorrow. Is what it sounds like. It sounds like tomorrow's the day.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So with that in mind, I wanted to ask you first. I've kind of already shared my thoughts on JJ Redick, but I might share them again for any newer listeners. But what are your thoughts on Ty Lue or JJ Redick as a fit for the Lakers head coach? They might not have LeBron.
You
right?
don't know who.
Is he
Yeah,
gonna be
you
a
don't have
free
to have
agent?
LeBron. I don't want JJ to do it just because I want JJ on our side. I think he's a great announcer. I love his podcast. Like unproven,
Yes.
also as a coach, unproven. You know, he's obviously proven he's very, very smart. He's never coached. I have never been a Ty Lue believer. I know a lot of people are. I'm not. I don't believe in him like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, and also if it's a completely different deal if LeBron's there or not, like it changes everything. And I assume LeBron is not going to be there.
Yeah. If
I
LeBron's
think
not,
it's time to go and do something else.
there's no point for to me. Ty Lue is the perfect LeBron coach. Former player,
Yes.
has that respect amongst the league, amongst officials, other coaches, has LeBron's respect, but also isn't an X's and O's guy, not drawing up any, you're not,
Mm-hmm.
I can't list you
Yep.
the, like, oh, here's the most, here's some of the great plays that Ty Lue draws up. I don't see him as that type of coach. See him more as a player's coach. And I think we all know LeBron is doing as much coaching as he can whenever he's out there, even when, say, for instance, someone doesn't want to waste a challenge while they're up 15 points on a goofy out of bounds call. And LeBron throws a tantrum I haven't seen since my brother graduated preschool, but it was wild. So I don't think it should be Ty Lue unless it's a LeBron hire. I agree with you about JJ. I love seeing what he does. It's so nice to have somebody like him with his level
Yeah.
of knowledge that doesn't do all that Gottlieb shit we were just talking
Yes.
about. Somebody who
Yep.
just is about talking about the game. However, I think not only is the Lakers job a bad one for him, I think a head coaching job out of the gate is just a bad idea for him in general. Go be an
Yeah.
assistant coach somewhere.
Yeah, it's a major
You're
jump.
setting yourself up for failure. I know he'll have the respect of
Knicks
any
just took the
players.
lead, by the way, or the 76ers just took the lead. Yeah,
Wow.
how about that shit?
Well, I told you. I would love to. I got to go take a dive into these foul calls and look at the free throws and see if it's because I haven't been watching, of course, while we were doing this. But I wonder if it's been. I wonder if it's been influenced by that at all. John had a question for us. He said, "I think I missed it. In how many games did you both have the Wolves winning?"
You missed it. That's correct. Let's just go with that.
Here you go. There it is. Wonderful. Not to be forgotten, the Thunder and the Celtics still just hanging out. We're waiting for somebody to be ready to play them. I've said it. I think we're both in agreement. Cavs Magic. Is that the only one you see going to 7?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Now we both look real dumb right now because the 76ers are up 3 at halftime.
Well, not me. if you recall, I told you they sent for the man.
You didn't back down
Scott
from it. I am El Stupido right now.
Now I wish I'd have been stronger because I kind of like hedged my bet on the way out. I was like, yeah, you guys are probably right, but don't be surprised. and then now look at it.
Nah, there's
But
John. John's back with his maxi pad reference.
3-point game at half. I think that about wraps it up for us here. At least that's all I
Yep.
have on the docket. James, do you have anything else? My bad. Anything else
You
for
talk. I run the back door.
the fine
Terrible
folks?
phrasing. No, I got nothing. Like, play Buddy Hield. That's what I'm saying, Kenny. Play Buddy Hield. He's got 12 minutes. He's got, oh my God, Buddy Hield has 17 points. This is Nick Nurse. No wonder the Bucks didn't want Nick Nurse.
He's shooting.
He's got 17, dog.
Ooh, let's go, buddy. I love it. You know I'm happy for him. Oh my goodness, I'm pulling up because I'm shocked. I didn't even believe you at first.
17,
like, no.
5 of 7 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
5. See, and that's where
Man, he's bombing.
You don't get those games every night, but when you do, hot damn.
Damn.
Good for you, buddy. Healed. We'll be watching this one at home. James, where can the folks at home find you when you're not hanging out with us here on Thursday?
Yeah, like I said, every Thursday here. You can also catch me on our sister station, Dweeb, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m., talking Star Wars. We just talked about the Bad Batch series finale last night, and we will be talking Tales of the Empire next week because it comes out this Saturday, and all other Star Wars news that comes out because it is May the 4th, so God knows what we're going to get. We're going to get some cool stuff. Check out our preview reviews over there. We just recorded and released our Fall Guys one, not to be confused with Fall Guy, the video game. So that's where you'll find me. Twitter right there. You know the deal.
Yes,
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Right before we get out of
in.
here. Heck yeah, dude. I'm glad you're here. We've been calling for Buddy Hield all day, and now we got him. And now you guys got the lead. I want you to know if you go back and play this from the beginning, you already know. Only one of us thought your boys were winning today. Admittedly, it was a Scott Foster dub, but still, it counts all the same. Oh hell yeah, man, that is great.
Yeah, we love that, dude. We love
hearing that. And James, I feel like I cut you off. Did you get to?
Nope. Yeah, I got everything.
Go?
I got it all. I got it all out there.
In that case, let me tell you folks something. Every Tuesday, every Sunday, you can find me on the Clout Route with Danny, 6 p.m. Eastern. And on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be on the Dweeb with our dear friend Danny. James talked about Fall Guy, the Fall Guy preview. We'll be talking about Fall Out on Monday. Yeah. Mainly the series, but of course you can't talk about the Fallout series without talking about a bunch of different video games. So if you're a nerd for that stuff like we are, go and check it out. Other than that, you can find me on the weekends calling football for the Lima Warriors or fights for Carnage Media. Pretty pumped. I just found out today. Pretty soon I'll be calling my first ever kickboxing match in Ohio. I've done it in Indiana. Finally about to do one at home. So I'm pretty pumped for that. Follow us there at Carnage Media PPV for any updates. But other than that, guys, right here, Bite Size Sports, turn those notifications on for whenever we have our random streams. You know, that there's another draft coming up soon. So we'll probably stream during the NBA draft when that happens. All kinds of stuff that we do here. You'll want to be notified. So go ahead and turn those on. For all of you who hung out in the chat, no.
Screw you, Herbert. No. That's my guy.
Oh, no. He's throwing daggers at you.
Yes, he is.
No, to all you guys in the chat, though, we appreciate you so much. Even the lurkers, everybody knows I love my lurkers out there. We appreciate you so much. But those of you who hang out in the chat, you really make the show that much more fun. And you make our jobs easier. And we hope that you had a good time hanging out with us tonight. And we will be back same time, same place next week. And I we'll just leave you with our farewell ad from our sponsor, the wonderful folks over at Dubby. Good night, folks.
Sports.
Are you looking for an energy boost without the jitters? Let our friends at Dubby Energy help you with their fantastic selection of flavors. Just visit www.dubby.gg and use the code BITESIZESPORTS at checkout for 10% off your order total. Again, that is www.dubby.gg. Code BITESIZESPORTS.